this video I'll be talking about social sciences research, the dimensions of social science and the process of social science. Let us start with a quote. In their book Basic Concepts in the Methodology of the Social Sciences, Mouten and Moraes define social science research as: social sciences research is a collaborative human activity in which social reality is studied objectively with the aim of gaining a valid understanding of it. Furthermore, the authors distinguish 5 specific dimensions of the social sciences research. These words may appear not so familiar to you, like words like teleological, ontological, so hopefully I can clarify it a bit by making it simple. Basically, how you can do that is simply ask a couple questions about social sciences research. And when you ask these questions, the dimensions naturally roll out. For example, who does social sciences research? Well, it's simple. A community of scientists. There you have the sociological dimension. Second, you can ask, what is studied? Well, we study reality. And that's the ontological dimension. What is out there is what is studied. It's the subject. Third, why do we study social reality? Why do we do social sciences research? Well, because we want to understand reality. Next question, how do we do social sciences research? Well, there you have the methodological dimension. It's how it's done. And finally, the last dimension focuses on having an accurate picture, which means that social sciences research is done in such a way that it produces valid information. And with validity, we simply refer to the fact that the information that social sciences produces is accurate. In other words, the information that social sciences produces is an accurate reflection of what is going on in reality. To ensure this accuracy and validity, the methods of social science focus on being as objective as possible. Delving a little bit deeper into how social sciences research is done, I will talk a little bit about the actual process, the series of steps that a scientist usually goes through when he conducts social sciences research. The most commonly followed steps in social sciences research are as follows. A researcher usually makes an initial observation that stimulates him into wanting to do research in the first place. He might see something that piques his interest and starts thinking about like a way to explain the phenomenon that he just witnessed. What he does then is that he starts reading literature in the field of the subject that he wants to study. So he gathers more scientific data about that which he wants to do research. Once the researcher has familiarized himself with the state of the art of the topic of his interest, he will then start to create a theory, and this theory should explain the initial observation that he made and that piqued his interest in doing the research. In order for his theory to be testable by social sciences research, he has to create hypotheses on which his theory will rest. And these hypotheses have to be testable by measure instruments, so that he can go out into the world or into the lab sometimes and gather data that will either confirm or disconfirm the hypotheses that he has set up. Once he has done this, he can start designing the experiment or the study, and when the design is ready, he can start testing subjects and gathering data about that which he wants to study. Once a researcher has finished gathering data, he can run an analysis on the data, and he can see whether or not the data will confirm or disconfirm his hypothesis and thus his theory. Once you've done this, he usually writes up his findings and integrates them into the larger scheme of the scientific field. Once he's done with writing up his findings, the cycle is usually complete, and the researcher may consider doing some more studies based upon on his new findings. And that basically sums up the research process.